everybody, this is Lena. Welcome back to my channel. A lot of you guys may have not known because I kind of didn't really tell anybody where I was going, when I was going, but I took myself to Iceland for my birthday for about 10 days total, and I wanted to take myself on a trip for my birthday and really disconnect from everything that was going on back home and really just enjoy my time there. And that is absolutely what I did. Iceland is a country that is literally out of this world, and it's not an easy place to be, but it's absolutely stunning. I don't say this very often, but I actually want to go back. Usually when I go to a country and I feel like I've conquered it or I've seen everything I wanted to see, you know, I know that I'm never gonna go back and I'm gonna choose another country to go visit. And Iceland is just a place where I feel like there was just so much to do, so much to see, such little time that I would absolutely 100% go back. It's not a cheap place to go to. It's very, very expensive. It definitely broke my pocket, so I would probably be eating bowl noodles and ramen noodles for quite some time. I won't be really going out or doing any expensive activities. If anybody wants to go hiking, I can do that. But anyways, I wanted to do this video to show you everything that I basically packed to Iceland. What are the necessary things that you need, and what were some of the things that I brought that just took up space in my luggage and in my camper van that I rented and did the ring road tour, ring road around the entire country, that you don't really need. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing that is very, very necessary, because it rains all the time in Iceland. You're literally in an island in the Atlantic Ocean, and so it's raining constantly. The weather is super windy, so you want a windproof and waterproof jacket, but I recommend bringing two. So I brought this one, which is really nice. It's more of a lightweight one, and I like the hoodie because the hoodie was really tight on my head. I can zip it all the way up. And then I brought this one also, which is more of a heavier weight one. The hood, I didn't really like the hood because it kept, when it was really, really windy, the hood kept flying off my head. But I do recommend two waterproof jackets, just because you get completely soaked from one location to another, and then eventually your jacket is just all wet. I would hang it on my passenger side, and and then I would put on my dry jacket if I wanted to go out and walk around in the city. So, and then another thing was I brought a small thin fleece jacket, and it's best to bring a lot of layers that you can take off and put on. So if it got really, really cold, I would wear my fleece jacket underneath my rain jacket. Another thing that I brought was these waterproof pants. I really like these. I got these at REI. I like these because you can zip it all the way up, so then you don't have to take off your shoes, and just put it over your shoes and over your pants whenever you go to a waterfall that you know is going to get you extremely, extremely wet. Or if it's just raining outside and you don't have waterproof pants, you just put these on over your pants. So yeah, so these were helpful for me because I needed waterproof pants when I did the glacier hike. It was raining, it was really cold, and the tour guides actually made me put these on because I actually have cute waterproof pants. They're actually snow pants, and I wore these. So these are them, and these are waterproof. These are for the snow. They keep you really warm. The water kind of repels off of it, and it dries really quickly. I had these on, but I don't think the glacier hike company people knew that these were waterproof pants. They just thought I was trying to be cute, so they made me put on my bigger waterproof pants, and so luckily I had that packed in my bag. So I have these waterproof pants. Another waterproof pants is the exact same ones but in white. Yes, I do like to dress fashionably wherever I go, but I'm always pretty responsible and want to be comfortable when I go to places. Another thing that I brought were these leggings, and they have a nice warm wool inside, so it's really nice and warm. It's thick, and so if you don't want to wear your waterproof pants but you want to keep warm and it's light, breathable, these were good. And then some extra pants that I brought were these light hiking pants. I have two of these. So I have one in green and I have one in black. And I love these because I love pockets that have zippers. So I always wore these and kept my keys, my car keys, in one of the zippers, and always had it zipped up. I was always very conscious to make sure I did not lose my keys or didn't leave it in the van, because I was traveling alone. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't get locked out of my own van. But yeah, so these pants came in very handy. I actually also wore these as my pajamas. I wanted to keep the keys with me the entire time. I didn't want it to fall out anywhere. So the zip up pockets were amazing. On top of that, in my van, we had a heater, or I had a heater. So I kept it on all night, and it was really hot, thankfully. So I just had these pants on, and then I also brought just like this light tank top, and so I wore this as pajamas. And so yeah, that was actually very warm in my van. So as for layers, more layers underneath in case it got really cold, I had some wool, smart wool base layers. So I brought 3 of them. I definitely probably didn't need all 3 because it also, when you wear these underneath your clothing, and then they also have like this technology in them where they don't smell, thankfully. And I probably only needed like 2 of them. I brought 3 just in case. And then for the tops, I have this smart wool layer, which was a thicker shirt. And then I also had a thinner base layer smart wool, which is a thinner shirt. So these came in handy, very necessary. I also brought just a small tank top just in case if I just wanted to wear this underneath, put a layering shirt so I wasn't too warm if it got too hot. Brought this, and then another smart wool a long sleeve t-shirt that I brought. This one was really nice. I liked wearing this. It was very, for me, as I like to say, I like to be a little bit fashionable, so this shirt was really cute, and stood out with the lava rocks. I really loved it. I also brought this turtleneck sweater, really thin sweater, but really warm. I wore this during the glacier activities that I had, on top of a base layer, and then the waterproof jacket kept me super warm. So definitely recommend bringing like a little light sweater. That really helped. And then I brought another t-shirt, which I wore a few times. Honestly, I brought like these other 3 t-shirts that I maybe probably didn't need, but I brought them. And then I brought, let me see how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I brought 5 sports bras. I didn't want to bring my regular bras just because I felt like it was going to be too much in my luggage. So I opted for sports bras. They're very comfortable. And yeah, and then sometimes I wore them like twice, 2 days in a row, like whatever, we're in Iceland. And then another thing that I way overpacked was socks. So I packed so much socks. I packed all these smart wool socks, and then also a bunch of like little ankle socks. I definitely didn't need any of these ankle socks. And the smart wool socks, and don't feel gross, but I did reuse them a few times. They don't smell, thankfully, and they keep you very warm. But yeah, so I'm like, I maybe didn't need like 4 other ones. Obviously some extra under, stuff. I also brought a beanie. I didn't wear the beanie at all, because it was raining most of the time that I was there. So I knew if I wore this, it was just gonna get drenched and it was gonna be on my head. And so I did not wear the beanie at all. What I did wear was my cap. I wore the cap all the time. So I love wearing the cap because, first of all, when it's raining, the rain just kind of falls off on top of in front of your face instead of it dripping all over in your face. So that helped it. I love that you can make it tighter around your headband. So then when it was really windy, I can make it tighter. And then yeah, like I can look down if the rain or the wind was coming directly to my face. So definitely bring a cap. Like my cap was literally a lifesaver. And then my hair wasn't flying all over the place. So yeah, definitely kept everything in place. So this is definitely necessary. I also brought 2 bathing suits. So one I brought for the Blue Lagoon, and then the other one I brought for when I went to like different hot baths or the hot springs. You probably don't need 2, but I brought 2. Something that I brought that I didn't need was a bathrobe. I thought that maybe when I went to the Blue Lagoon that there might be like some lounge tables and I would go into the water and then maybe want to come out and just kind of like walk around with the bathrobe. I didn't use it at all. Not even when I found a hot springs outside. It just felt so nice to be in the cold and then dipping yourself in the hot springs, and then I didn't really chill outside afterwards. I just got out, dried myself, and then continued back onto my hike back to the car. So this took up so much space in my luggage. So definitely, I don't think you need this. Don't bring a bathrobe. It's gonna waste so much space in your luggage. But for towels, so I had 2 sets of towels. So I had one towel for when I went to hot springs and geothermal baths. And then I had another towel which came in a set. This one I bought, and it comes with like a big towel, a medium-sized towel, and a small towel. And this was good for when I went to go take a shower. Also used one for my face, and then also I used one for cleaning up in the camper van. So this came in handy. Another necessary thing you're going to need are gloves. So I brought 2 pairs of gloves. You only need one, but I brought 2 just to be safe. I used them for the glacier hike. Yeah, I think I only used it for the glacier hike. And then like some people I saw walking around with gloves, but like of course it's raining the whole time, so they're gonna get soaked. Unless you want to bring like those really big waterproof ones. We're probably better than the ones that I have, but yeah, so I brought 2 pairs of gloves. I definitely only needed one. I also have this, it's like the neck warmer. I didn't use this at all, so unnecessary. I also brought sunglasses. I always want to believe I can become a sunglasses girl. I have a few of them, and I always say I'm gonna wear them, and then they always just kind of go on top of my head. So the whole time I was in Iceland, I did not wear sunglasses whatsoever. Where I could have worn them was probably when I did the whale watching and puffin tour, just because when you're on the speedboat, the wind is like blowing in your face. So the sunglasses probably would have been helpful, but I left them in the car. Other than that, I didn't need them. And then I brought my regular glasses just in case something happened with my contacts, if my eyes got irritated. Thankfully, my contacts were completely fine. I also always bring extra contacts, but in case, I always have my glasses. Oh, another thing. So during the summer in Iceland, it's called the midnight sun, where the sun only goes down for a couple hours and then it is sunlight again. So it was recommended to buy an eye mask. Thankfully for me, I work graveyard, and so I am used to sleeping in broad daylight. And so I actually didn't use this at all. I didn't need it. I slept perfectly. You are out throughout the entire day, running from destination to destination, hiking, fighting the weather, driving all day, that by the end of the night, I slept like a baby. The sunlight did not bother me whatsoever. Another thing that I think was really necessary was a rain cover for your backpack. So I brought this backpack here, really lightweight, small, but can extend big enough to fit pretty good amount of stuff in here, but it was nice and small. And I brought a rain cover, and so during my glacier hike, the hike was a total of like 6 hours, and it was raining the entire time, so I put a rain cover on it just so all my items inside would not get wet. So yeah, so this was really helpful. I also brought a waterproof case for my phone. This I brought to the Blue Lagoon. This was really nice because I saw a lot of people holding their phones, and they're like holding their phone as they're walking through, and with this I was able to have my phone around my neck, walk around the Blue Lagoon with no problem. My phone still works. But yeah, and then I also brought earphones. Didn't use it at all. When I'm in nature, I actually like being in nature, and I didn't need it. I didn't use it whatsoever. This one. So if you guys know, I love curling my hair. I'm a hairstylist, so my hair is usually always up. I don't want to like hype myself up, but usually pretty on point. And so I thought, I don't want to bring a curling iron or a blow dryer or any of that stuff, because first of all, I don't want to blow it out because of the different voltage. Second, I felt like it was too bulky. And third, I'm gonna be out in nature, so it wasn't priority. But I was thinking like, oh, maybe if I have time, I will wrap this around my hair at night and wrap it around, and then have curled hair in the morning. I did not take this out once. Yeah, no, we're not doing this in Iceland. So leave your hair stuff at home. Like, you're gonna need shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioning, but this, yeah, you don't need it. What's another thing that I brought that was necessary? I also brought a converter. I didn't take this out once because the rental car company that I rented from actually provided me with a converter, which was really nice. So I didn't need this, but it's cute to have for future travels. They also provided me with a Wi-Fi hotspot. Super, super helpful. So I actually purchased a data on a different platform. It was called like Vodafone or something like that. So I purchased that on my own phone. But then the car company actually provided me with a Wi-Fi hotspot also. So I just kept that in my purse and brought it with me everywhere. But where my data, the one that I bought on my own, came in very, very helpful, was because there was some times where the wireless Wi-Fi thing ran out of battery, and I didn't realize. And thankfully, because I had my own data, I didn't have to like sit in the car and wait for it to charge. I was able to still work with my own internet service. And then there was a lot of toiletry that I brought, like a lot. And seriously, I didn't even use even half of it. There was so much shampoo and conditioner that I brought. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't shower every day. I use wipes, but I didn't shower every single day. I camped every single day, okay guys? And I was like ending the day every single day at like 12 midnight. So it was difficult, but it was fun. But yeah, there was just so much that I brought that I didn't need. I even brought teas and oatmeal and bug spray and deodorant I needed. I brought like salon pass I didn't use just because I thought maybe I'd get sore. A bunch of shampoos, conditioners, deep conditioning treatments, my solution for my contacts, a razor. Why? I wasn't gonna shave there. Why did I bring this? I brought a lighter just in case, eye drops, face creams, and then here I brought medicine and bandages. So it was kind of like my small little first aid kit. The bandages, definitely always bring bandages. When I was hiking, and I wore when I did the glacier hike, they gave us boots for the crampons, and the boots that they gave me like ripped the back of my ankle. So the bandages are always helpful to bring. I brought medicine. I didn't use medicine, but you never know, just in case. I have my hairbrush, some more shampoo and conditioners, deep conditioning. I thought I was gonna be deep conditioning my hair all the time. I didn't. Body lotion, more moisturizer, floss. Of course I need that. Oh, and then wet wipes. Wet wipes are important, so bring your wet wipes. And then I also brought like this headlamp. I don't know what I was thinking. It's light outside all day and night. I did not need a headlight. So yeah, don't need that. Don't bring it. Yeah, and then I just have some extra, more bandages, wipes. I have a hand warmer that I didn't use. Earplugs, just in case it was really loud. I didn't need it. I told you I slept like a baby every night. More contact lenses, Advil, you know, a lot of miscellaneous stuff. So there was that. And then I had a little baggie of where I put a little bit of makeup. So I had my sunscreens, a little bit of powder, my tiny lip liner that I'm almost done with. So I was like, oh, this is perfect to bring. I can just throw it away after. A little bit of bronzer and my brush. And that was it. That was literally what I put every day. Most people would probably say that was ridiculous because it was raining all day, but I like to get myself a little bit ready every single day, even though I know I'm gonna get all soaked. Another thing that I brought was my little, it's not a GoPro, but it's like a bootleg GoPro. And I have like it around my neck, and also has like these 4 little magnetic, movable stand. I didn't use this at all, so it was just sitting in the van the entire time, taking up space. So I didn't need this, but for people who are, you know, like professional photographers and everything, they will probably need a lot of their camera equipment. I didn't. I just took pictures with my phone. And that was it. And then another thing that I brought was I brought 2 water containers, bottles. So my Hydro Flask and my Brita. I initially brought this because I thought I wanted to collect glacier water. But unfortunately, our tour guide said that the glaciers were really, really dirty, and that he recommended us not to drink that water because it was dirty and it was gonna hurt our stomach. So this bottle was unnecessary. This one I brought everywhere with me. And the water there is very, very tasty. So bring your bottles of water. You can just fill up anywhere and it's delicious. So yeah. And then of course, you want some good high top hiking boots. For all your hikes, you want to make sure your ankles are protected so you don't twist your ankle. You want to make sure they're waterproof. And then I also brought a pair of sandals, and these are also waterproof sandals. They're strap-on, so easy to wear. And then of course, extra bag to put your dirty shoes in. And then I also brought a lot of extra trash bags, which were so helpful. And then another maybe TMI thing that I found was like these little pee bags for emergency. Those came in so handy, you guys. The restrooms are very, very scarce in Iceland. And if you guys know me, I have the tiniest bladder. like the tiniest. But I was very, very proud of myself. I held my bladder in for such a long time. It was like record breaking. But there were times where it was an emergency, and I was so thankful that I had those like on the go pee bags. But yeah, so I don't obviously have them with me. They're gone in the trash. But yes, I did have to do that. I'm sorry if that's TMI, but this is reality of traveling and living in a camper van for 10 days. Let's see, I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I'm missing. I think this was everything that I brought back. But yeah, guys, like, this is everything, and I hope this helped you. I hope you guys, for 10 days, there was a lot of things that I really didn't need to pack that I packed, so I hope it helped. The weather there is extremely unpredictable, so best advice is bring layers. Waterproof items are very important. Base layers are very important. Makeup, hair stuff, all that probably don't need. I'm just a little bit extra. An extra water bottle probably don't need. But yeah, if there was anything that I wish I did bring that I didn't bring, probably not. I had everything that I needed. But yeah, so I hope this helps if you are planning to go to Iceland in the summertime. Yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing trip there. It was definitely one of my favorite trips ever so far, and so I hope you guys all have a good one, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.